What's up, everybody? My name is Game Over. Welcome back to this episode of Tales of Algerath. I did a oopsie. I did a very bad. Because
Yeah.
last episode, or at least the episode that you will never see because it's dumb and stupid, is when we introduced two new players into the group, and I was muted the entire time. I had myself muted in my recording the entire flippin' time. So now there's a whole entire section of the story that you guys are not gonna get to see because I'm not redoing that. Anyway, say hello, adventurers, whatever.
Hello, adventurers, whatever.
DnD!
Yay! Enthusiasm!
Yay!
Who's
ready for some D? Who's ready for some D&D?
DnD!
So, so before we get into this adventure, I need to clarify with all the viewers what happened in the part that you guys didn't see. So, last session, I introduced two new characters, Charlotte Lot and Kain. Say hello.
Hello! Do I need to introduce myself, or?
Sure, you can.
So yeah, my name is Charlotte, also known as Lot. I'm playing a bard right now. You'll hopefully see more of me very soon.
Hopefully. And then Kain, who seems to not be talking.
Yeah, I'm still here.
There you go.
Keeping on the loop.
So in the last session, Charlotte and Kain revealed themselves. The party seems to not trust Charlotte as much as they probably should, because Charlotte is carrying around a I forgot the name I called it, but it's basically a badge
of the Kingdom of Justice.
Yeah. It's basically a badge with the symbol of the Kingdom of Justice on it, which we all know why that might be a little bit suspicious if you guys have actually been paying attention to the videos. And the party instantly tried to kill Kain because when he appeared, they saw a necklace with the sigil of the organization that kidnaps minotaurs. And Kain and Mino seem to know each other. Dun dun dun. Anyway, so the session ended with Telif and Ferlon appearing in the Kingdom of Molton, attacking the Kingdom of Molton. So that happened. There was a whole entire Mino and Mino's mother just kind of conversation and sad feel time. That will never be seen again, but whatever. We're jumping back into D&D, so let's do this. So, are you all ready to figure out what the hell is happening?
Ready to be murdered.
Do we have another choice?
Pardon?
Let's go!
Scared.
Alright, Fangproo's telling me to answer him. I already sent an answer to you. I do like the Cowborn. I do like it. It's very interesting. I just kind of wish that I came up with it so then I could take all the credit.
I helped a little. Though Fangpru did most of the work.
Fangproo did all the work. And then there's me trying to make the flippin' Shadeen race and the,
I can help.
Dreamwalker
I know a calculator.
I know.
Goodness, we're saved!
So, we shall now begin diving back into Tales of Algerath. Are you all ready? Are you all pumped? Do you all have your dice and D&D sheets?
I don't own dice.
Do you have your digital Discord dice?
I have my equipment.
Do you all have
I
your
am ready
guns?
to roll.
I'm ready to roll.
Alright, so, last session, as I have said before, you were all partying. You got to meet Kain and Charlotte, who are new adventurers in your party. And in between the dispute with Kain, the kingdom of Molton has begun to be attacked by the kingdom of justice. Ferlon and Telif are there themselves, and in front of them is an absolute slew of shadow beings. You guys have already begun making plans to escape the attack. Basically, you've gotten most of the citizens to start making their way towards your ship, and you guys have already started running towards your ship. However, the only person who is not with the rest of the citizens is the king. I'm pretty sure, if I'm correct, Leroy tried to attack as I chuck him towards Ferlon. Where did you say this? Where did you write this? Lost session. As I chuck him towards Ferlon. I'm sorry, I need to find him because I don't know who him is.
I look to Kain and say, "You want to prove you're good? Do so." As I chuck him towards Ferlon. End
Okay.
quote.
Oh yeah, he did say that last time. He said he was chucking me towards them.
Okay.
I would like to contest that.
Alright.
Be thrown.
Now I need to somehow manage to... What do I flip and roll for a contest against strength in this regard?
Athletics.
I would
Acrobatics?
It could
say...
be athletics.
It would be athletics in this circumstance. If
Yeah,
it's
it would
two
be athletics.
strong
So-
people wrestling.
I would say... Wait, I got an idea. Okay, so Fang Pru, you roll an athletics check to kind of just yeet Kain over to Ferlon and Telif. Kain, roll me an acrobatics check in order to stop that. Because what I'm imagining is that Fang Pru throws you and you do like a somersault flip and
Now, I have the brace attack feature from the Battlemaster Fighter.
Yes.
Could I use that to catch this tug, onto this if it wasn't attacking towards me, and grapple him?
Okay. So does it just straight do that, no roll?
It's actually class feature. Use brace. When the creature you can see moves into reach, you can make a melee weapon attack with the weapon you're wielding. You can use your reaction to spend a superiority dice on an attack roll against a creature. Using the weapon, if this attack hits, you add the superiority dice to the damage roll. So I make a attack against them.
Okay. Roll to hit. Fang Pru, you don't roll anything, because apparently he's doing something to stop your thing. So to hit is 18, that is a miss.
I would like to use a luck point to reroll that 20.
Pardon?
I would like to use a luck point to reroll that 20.
Okay. Reroll.
Never mind. It didn't work.
Didn't
Alright.
work.
Shoot.
You tried your
Didn't work.
best. You didn't do it. So upon trying to grapple Fang's kind of a little bit too nimble, able to dodge and weave out from your hands. I will say, Fang, roll an athletics check to throw Kain, but with advantage because you managed to dodge all of that. Kain, make a athletics check to kind of not get thrown with disadvantage because that. Well, it doesn't matter because Fang Pru's won anyway. So Fang Pru
Yeah, oh my god. Yeah.
somehow managing to lift up Kain, just full on yeets him all the way over.
Charlotte says she would like to give inspiration.
I mean, Charlotte, you can give inspiration if you want.
In that case, I will definitely give inspiration to Kain.
All right.
Get a 1d6.
I'm just sitting
Um,
here waiting.
Motive, Kain, that's a motive potential.
You at least need
That's
to give him 2.
1d10. If you make you make an ability check, so that means that if you use the inspiration die to use with the ability check,
It's fine, Fang Pro. We'll just say that it's acrobatics. We'll just say that's acrobatic. No, it was an
you
acrobatic.
can. Well, it's an ability check, so you can roll twice and choose which roll to use. Basically, Charlotte is.
What type of inspiration are you using?
Bardic?
God.
Then you don't do that.
Okay, so
You can
You roll
you can roll
specific
again.
die
You can
associated with your level, and you add that to your roll.
What do you mean?
Bardic inspiration, you can do
Yeah.
a times per rest equal to your charisma modifier.
Yep.
Its die size that you add to the ability check
Yeah.
is dependent on your level.
Yeah.
What level are you?
I'm level 12. I told him to roll a d10.
Yep, there you go.
wait,
And you
I'm
can roll
correct.
twice.
Wait, I'm correct that you are all level 14, correct? Or am I wrong?
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably has 2 levels in a different class.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just checking.
You did
Kain,
mention something about yes, sir.
you can roll again. You can roll
Oh, really?
twice and choose one to use.
So roll another d6,
really?
d10.
This is very.
If it gets another
cool, very
1,
cool. Oh, you know why? Why'd you call it? Never mind. It was. I was bound to fail. The dice
Okay.
gods dictate that I should have failed. I failed.
Okay, so you and Fang Pru both got 24 then. And
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I'm still gonna let Fang Pru yeet you over to Ferlin.
How
So-
far is he eating?
So
That's the question.
somehow Fang Pru lifts up Kain, having a little bit of trouble but still managing to keep Kain above his head, and full on yeets him all the way over the Ferlin. Kain, you kind of go flying, able to go really high up into the air, and you're just looking down at this black ooze that is slowly making its way into the kingdom. And then when you look forward, you immediately see Ferlon and Telif that you are beelining to, and they're kind of gobsmacked at the fact that a flying man is literally charging straight at them. The rest of the party is just kind of seeing Kain go flying all the way over to Ferlin and
How far is
Telif.
this? How far is this?
How far away did I say Ferlin and Telif were? 120 feet.
For a matched roll, you're gonna let him throw 120 feet? Really?
Yes, because it's great storytelling.
What's his
Okay.
strength modifier? Pardon?
You don't want to know.
His strength modifier?
You don't want to know. Fang Pru is the strongest character in the party. I'm not joking.
let-
I can beat people with a
You're
shovel,
telling me-
though.
One.
I thought. Oh man, I thought it none. Dang, did you lie to me? I thought you said none of your scores are passed. What'd you say?
He has an armor class of 19, yet he can make the armor class higher if he wants to, which he never does. He's literally playing. He's not even playing at his full strength.
All right.
Can I after Frank proved through him? I'm gonna look. Charlotte is going to look at Mino and she's going to say, "Well, I know that you guys have a history and that you don't seem to appreciate him, but I don't think that you should throw someone in the midst of that." And she shows to and she
Nowhere
points to
near
the shadows.
earshot of where you are.
No, to Mino.
Oh, okay. I was about to say. Okay.
And she's like, "Should we go after him? Or rather, will you join me if I go after him? Because I don't know, think
Right.
that..."
Give me a second. Okay, fine. And I cast wall of fire in like a U shape. So it's making a U shape with the exit to us
Okay.
and
So
the hurtful side outside.
is it making a U shape between you and you and Ferlif and Telif? Like
If
with
I may,
Uh,
I'd like to cast something really quickly.
Sure, just let me get confirmation from Mino.
If you're standing in a line, Mino, Kain, Tila, Ferlin, I would want the border of the wall of fire between Kain and Telif and Ferlin with the arms of the U reaching in my direction. So
Okay.
he's like in a horseshoe, protected from them at least a bit and from the sides.
All right. Cool. All right. So, Mino casting wall of fire, a massive wall of fire, appears right in front of all of you. You would think that it's literally just a massive wall, a literal wall of fire, just no gaps in between, but you can see tiny little gaps where your vision is able to pierce through. Digger, you wanted to cast something, correct?
Yes.
All right. What do you want to
On
cast?
Mino, I am casting a spell,
What is it?
specifically Death Ward.
Okay.
Thank you, my friend. By the way, Dungeon Master, every creature except Kain, since he is on the non-damage side of the wall, needs to do a dexterity save or otherwise take 5d8 damage.
Every creature?
Every creature.
Does that include yourself?
I wouldn't pull the wall so far. Like I said, I would just want to shield Kain a bit from Tilefurlen, the shadows, whatever,
Oh,
so he
okay.
can still
Okay, so
retrieve in our direction.
all right. So I didn't exactly know where the wall is. So basically, what you're doing is you are creating the wall of fire in front of Kain and Telif and Ferlin, so then they can't attack him. Correct?
Yes, or otherwise take damage by trying to get through the wall. But the wall of fire has a damage and non-damage side.
Makes
I
sense.
put the non-damage side against Kain and the damage side against Telif and Ferlin.
So what check does Telif and Ferlin have to make?
Dex.
Okay, dexterity. Let's see. I need to get their stats up, so give me a second. Let's do Ferlin first. Ferlin's dexterity is high. Fudge me, no! My dice, no!
What just happened?
There we go. I didn't lose it. I didn't lose my dice. Let's try that again. What's the number he has to make to succeed?
What did you roll?
He rolled an 18.
My spell save DC is 18.
Ah, damn it! I need to look up the rules now.
What you talking about?
Oh wait, we don't need the rule book. We have Digger. Digger, if the spell saving DC is 18 and he rolls an 18, does that mean he succeeds or fails?
It means he succeeds.
so beats.
Meets beats.
Cool, he succeeds. And then
Rhyming. That's how you remember things.
and then Telif.
Meets beats. And Thaco. To hit AC 0.
I feel like you mostly want to hit Telif, Mino,
Both is good.
and you won't hit Telif. Because
Both.
it's a
If I can
natural
hit-
flippin' 20.
Nah, crap.
So they both do not take, or do they take half damage? I didn't read the
It
thing.
takes half damage. I rolled a 23, so they take 11 points of damage.
Okay.
It's not much, but at least you get a bit toasted.
Who's
A little bit
ready for
toasted.
one of my favorite spells to be cast
Um,
once it's my turn to properly do something?
Question, do we want to fight or run?
Are you asking in or out of character?
okay,
Both.
so Kain, you just see a massive wall of fire just erupt in front of you where you stop. You're able to find your footing, and when you stand back up, the wall of fire is just there, just completely up in your face. You turn around to see Mino behind you. That just kind of saved your butt right there.
Mino's 120 feet closer to me now?
If anyone
12
kills you, it will be myself.
Digger? Please
Yes.
tell me what you want to do.
So, it's a good thing Death Ward doesn't take good old-fashioned concentration. So, how many shadows are there?
At the moment, there are no shadows. There's just a massive goo sort of just slowly making its way into Molton. It is almost at your ship now. The goo is just kind of slowly making
Technically
its way
within
in.
30 feet.
It's technically within, not within 30 feet.
Okay, I can't use Divine Word yet. Divine Word is fun to use. Just
Oh
letting
right,
you
the
know.
goo is also on
I'm gonna
fire.
cast my second favorite spell then.
All right.
Do you know of the spell Sunbeam?
Yes, I do know the spell Sunbeam. I should also clarify that the goo is also on fire. I forgot that.
Give me a con save.
For the goo?
Yes.
Alright. This will technically be a shadow being... this will technically be going by shadow being stats. So... da 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 da! That is a 13.
That's a fail.
Damn it.
It takes 25 radiant damage
25
and
radiant.
is blinded
Okay.
until my next turn.
The goo is blinded, and it took damage. I just want to point out that this is still goo we're talking about.
I can move it again to make it take the damage.
If
So far, Digger, you kind of make this massive Death Star laser come from the sky and just right down into the goo. You can see bits of rock flying everywhere. The goo does not look damaged. Because it is goo.
Well, technically it would be an ooze.
So at this moment, I feel as though this is a pretty good time to ask this. Can everybody please roll me initiative?
There we
you.
go. I know something that will help us. Okay, game over. Could you do me a favor and go to Avare?
I'm pretty sure my name is not Game Over. It's Dungeon Master, thank you.
I'm still calling you game. Face it.
Yes,
Or
I'm in
die.
Avery.
Can you type in INIT space start or begin? I think it's begin.
INIT space
Begin.
begin.
oh, that thing.
Da 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 da. You forgot the exclamation point. And you can't add it. No, it's exclamation point INIT space begin.
There we go.
Yep. Do I just roll again, DM?
Sure. Yeah, I just
Type
need
in INIT join. And you can do INIT add then the modifier of the thing, and then the name of the thing, and we can figure out other stuff later.
That's like the opposite of what I had. I had a 1, and now I have a 20.
If it makes you feel any better. I got an
So,
8.
Charlotte got a 20.
Mino
Oh,
has a
oops.
38. Why do you have a 21?
Yeah, because I rolled by hand a 19, so, and I have a +2, so 21.
Lot, what is
I
your armor class?
My armor class.
is 11.
Yeah, it is.
Alright, cool.
It's in the
Um,
initiative thing, just on there. You
look
can,
at
you can see
That's
it.
2 nat 20s.
Pretty useful.
Thank you for
But you
telling.
didn't do the I and IT join.
I did. You know.
oh, wait. So it just... so it just appears where the Magic Man thing is.
Yeah. Also,
and in
it's
the pinned
auto pinned,
comments.
which is really awesome.
So can everybody please type INIT join in Avery?
I did it.
Because so far we got
Exclamation.
Mino, Charlotte, and Digger. We still need everyone else. Kane's in there.
There
We
you
need
go.
Fang.
I still rolled amazing.
I mean,
Yeah.
Kain would technically go above me since, like I said, I wrote it wrongly in the ENT.
Just to make clear, Mino, you made the wall of fire, but you're not close to me, right? Because I'm eating there and I'm not coming back.
You're not harmed by the
You're
wall
not
of
right in
fire,
front of
so
me, right?
everything around
Yes.
you.
Fang, you are not in the
No, because you're not close
initiative.
to me. Okay.
Who is not?
But you will.
Fang.
Sorry, Kain, you will get hurt if
Mm.
you leave the wall of fire. Just so you know.
I'm trying to
So
leap
if you-
backwards, back. And,
Okay, that's fine. Just if you go through the wall, then you will get hurt.
well, I know that much. I kind of figured.
But you said that the wall was in a U shape, meaning behind him the wall of fire is not there.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I was about to say, if you close me in with the enemy, I swear to God.
If anyone kills you, it will be myself.
Let's not talk about killing. Yes.
I just wanted to.
My question is,
Okay.
how do I have the highest AC here?
Warforged, cleric.
Yeah.
This was not the tone fire.
Yeah, but I'm wearing medium armor. I'm a
Fang,
grave domain.
type in INIT join and join the initiative already.
Doesn't he do manual dice, though?
You tried. Okay, well then just tell me what you rolled for initiative so I can put you in the initiative. Paste. Cool, we got
So I tried the statement of now. How do you want to do this with some guy I am currently DMing with for? And he still didn't get it. That I wanted him to describe the whole murder of the final quote troll unquote.
So first of all, I need to change some things because Charlotte, you got a natural 20, meaning you are here, but you get to go first. And Fang Prue is here.
And I got technically a 21.
Let's see.
I was just hoping everyone would re-roll, making it a fair roll stuff.
Yeah.
Alright, and Ferlon and Telif are here. And then the multiple shadow beings.
Oh dear.
Don't
It's
worry, the shadow
time
beings aren't
to
here yet.
murder.
I think everything is good. Yep, everything's set up, I'm pretty sure. Except for Mino. I don't have Mino's armor class, which I'm pretty sure is 18
18. 18.
AC. 18. There we
If
go.
everyone would like, I can help with creating a what's to call it? Some character sheets so you can easily just place it in, just be done after the session is done.
Alright, I'm ready. So, at the top of the initiative, Charlotte, you got a natural 20, meaning you get to go first.
Alrighty.
So far, just saying what's happening around you. Telif and Ferlon are behind the firewall, in between. The firewall is in between Ferlon, Telif, and also Kain. So Kain's right now protected. He can run backwards back to you guys. However, he is currently standing on the goo. That is slowly it's making its way more and more into the kingdom. The goo is about 50 feet away from your ship currently, and the people are still like one by one getting on your ship. You are standing next to pretty much the entire party. Your entire party is at least 5 feet away from you, if not 10. That's essentially what you got.
Okay. DM, I hope you remember from last session. Remember that thing that I did right at the end that I conjured my piano and made it alive?
Yes.
Well, I'm going to climb on top of my piano.
Please tell me you're
And
doing what I think you're doing.
I am going to do what I think I'm doing, and I'm going to ride it into the goo. On top of it, I'm just going to
Yes!
stand there. I'm bonus action, move. I'm going to wait.
What's your movement speed for your piano horse?
30, but it can take. I believe it can take a dash action. Yep. I command it to take. Yeah, I take it. So for my bonus action, I command it to dash. So it's going to move 60 feet after my turn. It goes immediately after my turn. And as an action, I will. What else do I have in here again?
60 feet will get you just in front
Halfway.
of the goo. Not in the goo, but just in front of it. About, let's see, 5 feet away. There's a 5-foot square between you and the goo.
Okay.
So you're 10 feet away from the goo.
Good to know.
I'm working on something where it will actually be a map at some point in the campaign. Like when the campaign's over, I'm working on something to try and do something interesting, and it's gonna actually have a map because I will require one, so you'll actually be able to see where you are. I just first need to create a map.
Okay, I got it. So yeah, climb on top of my piano. Bonus action, command the item to move. Action, dodge. And then after my turn, the piano is going to dash on its action 60 feet. So it's going to end, as you said, 5 feet from the group. End of turn.
Okay. With that, next on the initiative is Digger.
Okay. I'm gonna do the one thing I can keep doing over and over for the next 9 rounds.
Sunbeam.
Yeah.
So a massive ray of sunshine just comes smashing into the ground.
Sun,
30
sun,
radiant damage.
Mr. Golden Sun, please shine down on me.
You see a massive.
Whoa.
You guys, this massive sun ray just immediately obliterates the earth below the goo. Except when the smoke clears from the dust, the goo looks like it had taken 0 damage.
Weren't shadows weak to radiant damage?
I never said that there were shadow beings up yet. So far,
I'm
you're
just telling.
attacking goo. Mine.
What is this, world of goo?
Here you go. How about we do this? Maybe this will help Digger understand. Charlotte, Fang Prue, Kain,
I'm
Mino.
making a joke.
What
at
happens
Neptune.
when you attack the water? What happens if you grab a stick and start attacking the water? What happens?
You
So we
spell
should
it?
use ice damage.
Sploosh.
When you
Then
grab a
I'm
stick and start
useless.
attacking the water, it's just gonna start splashing. It doesn't take damage. It will still be there. It's not at a certain point after you smash water enough times, eventually it will just keel over and die. That's not how liquids
Technically
work.
there is, but you have to hit it really hard.
That's not how liquid works.
That is exactly how liquid works, actually. Called surface tension.
It turns out
You
it
have
is
to
a
hit it
water
really
elemental.
hard, really fast.
Anyway, so Digger, is that the end of your turn?
Let me double check if I have anything. Let's see. I am really useless here. You know what? I'm gonna do something.
Okay.
That is end my turn, because I did not take the spell Healing Word.
Cool. So, next is Telif, who is silenced because of Mino.
No, oh, sorry, it dropped. I forgot to mention that because Wall of Fire is also a concentration spell.
The wall of fire is
Or-
now gone.
No, I silenced him, and then did the wall, so now the wall is up, but he's not silent.
Ah, okay. Then let's see what amazing spell I get to cast.
Oh dear.
My question: what was the role of Digger on this?
Can you please repeat that?
The role of Digger on initiative. Oh, never mind. Actually, I just.
Okay. So Telif isn't actually going to do anything massively significant. He is going to, with his staff in one hand and nothing in the other, raise his hands, and Kain, you standing in the goo, you are able to see all around you. Party members, you can see Kain and Ferlon and Telif all the way over there, and you just see from the goo, rising out of the goo, surrounding Kain, are hundreds upon thousands of shadow beings coming out of the ground. I'm
no.
just going to give you visual confirmation on what this looks like if I can find it. Not that. Here they are. This, and that. Imagine these, but 10 bajillion of them.
Oh no! Right.
If you click on them, they look much more creepy. Because the Discord darkens around it, which causes the exact figures to become
So you just
even
see
more.
all of those creatures come out of the ground and start making their way towards the castle. That being the end of Telif's turn, now it is Ferlin's go. Ferlin is gonna do nothing. Mino, it's your move.
You know again. Pardon, did you get the initiative roll from me? Well, the last game roll, the one that was added, was a 29 on initiative.
No, the initiative, it goes Mino, Kain, Fang, Charlotte, then Digger, and then Telif and Ferlin. I went Charlotte first because Charlotte got a natural 20, and then continued on from there, so then the initiative went Charlotte, Digger, Telif,
didn't have a
Ferlin,
turn.
Mino, Kain.
Oh,
So-
did I not get a turn?
so
If
you're
I
next.
rolled under.
My mechanical keyboard isn't coming through the mic, is it?
No. So
Okay.
now
Was
it's
my
Mino's
roll
turn.
right after Charlotte's?
So now it's Mino's turn, then it's yours, Kain.
Mino rolled a 21, if I wasn't mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the one roll that went into combat was a 29 from her. So understandably, it would have been Charlotte then Kain.
If you look at current
The
initiative
Everball.
in Avery, Mino is on top.
I don't know how to look at it, but you can see
Go
there's
to Avery. Actually, I'll just damn it.
look. I'm the bot. You see, there's a roll right here. Kain makes an initiative check at 29. I don't know if I've already picked that up or.
I'm just gonna reply. Ah, fudge me. There we go. So if you click on the thing on the message that I'm replying to, if you click on that, it will just send you to the thing, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Alright, so it says Mino.
Mino 38, Kain 29,
You see
Charlotte
that?
22,
Yeah, you see.
Digger 8, and then Angel.
So yeah, the way it would have. Yeah, no, let's just keep going.
Fang, what the hell? Fang?
It's too late now. Like, if you notice, there would have been Charlotte was the one that got the natural 20. Charlotte, then Kain, then the rest, since Mino's initiative was faulty. But yeah, it's been a whole round. Let's just keep.
Oh my god. Fang Pru, thank you. Holy shoot. He made an army. He made a PNG for the army of shadow beings.
And clicking it still makes it very creepy.
Uh-huh.
Yes. So, Mino, your move.
Oh no.
Yeah. How about we try something drastical? And I shout out a divine intervention.
Okay. I just need to quickly... give me a second.
Someone please roll a D100 for me. Because that's a big thing, so I want it to be as legit as possible.
So, just let me do that. I just need to get the thing. Where is Divine Intervention? Where is it? Divine Domain, Channel Divinity, Divine Intervention. Beginning at 10th level, you can call on your deity to intervene on your behalf when your need is great. Imploring your deity's aid requires you to use your action, describe the assistance you seek, and roll percentile die. If you roll a number equal to or lower than your cleric level, your deity intervenes. The DM chooses the nature of the intention. The effect of any cleric spell or cleric domain spell would be appropriate. If your deity intervenes, you can't use this feature again for 7 days. Otherwise, you can use it again after you finish a long rest. At 20th level, your call for intervention succeeds automatically. No roll required. So, you need to roll equal to or lower than 14.
Can someone please roll me a D100 so everyone sees, okay, it either fails or is successful?
95.
I have not the best of luck, so
Digger rolled it and then Fang Pru rolled it.
Flip a coin. One moment.
1d2.
On 1, it's mine. On 2, it's Fang's.
Alright, fine.
Divine intervention time!
We will have divine intervention. So, Mino, what is your deity? Who is your deity?
It's my deity is La Thunder, deity of creativity, dawn, renewal, birth, athletics, spring, so a deity of light and nature and
Everything
love
good in
and
the
creation. Yeah, everything good
Alright,
in the
I just
world.
need to do some reading.
And I And I call out to him and I plead, I beg, please, please, cast out the shadows and those who command them.
Whose title, Lathander, whose title was the Morning Lord, was the deity of creation and dawn, renew, birth, violent youth. He's favored those who dispel the undead and bless. Okay, so this actually makes a lot of sense. Lathander was also the god called to bless the earth and fertile recurring ceremony. Saw him. Okay. I need to get a basic idea of what kind of power this guy has. Lathander was the central figure in the dawn catalysm and Illfield morning. Yada yada yada. That's story, and I don't have time for that. In Lathander met the hero. Nope, that's still story. Relations, worships, and Lathander called to awaken while Claire the Dawn Bridge. All Thunder's Claire's temples. Okay, basically. Alright, I got it. Basically, I got absolutely nothing on what kind of power this guy has, so I guess I kind of just have to make it up. So, you are a light cleric, correct, Mino?
Yes.
Upon you uttering these words, nothing happens for a few moments. The battlefield begins to be silent with a weird, eerie silence, a unnatural silence. Then, everyone looks up towards the heavens. They notice that the clouds that were once hovering over the kingdom of Molton, because it's very snowy there, it's like clouds are usually there 24/7. All of a sudden, the clouds dissipate. And what comes from up above seems to be a blinding light that seems to envelop the battlefield. Mino, Kain, Fangpru, Digger, and Charlotte, you can't see anything. This light is way too
Good thing I'm wearing a hat.
Yeah, I know, but this is way too bright for you, okay? You just
I'm not looking, I'm covering my eyes with the hat.
Okay, you can cover your eyes with the hat, but you won't be able to see anything.
I am protecting myself from becoming permanently blind.
Mino, even though that you can't see, even though that you cannot see anything, you can feel the radiant power, from this deity of yours, erupting through the battlefield. You're unable to tell what is happening. However, you could tell that your deity, who you believe in very much, is quite a powerful one at that. And when the light subsides, all of a sudden, all of the shadow beings and the goo that was infiltrating the kingdom has disappeared. Ferlon and Telif are currently the only people around.
I can't believe it. Spiritual weapon. Still have a bonus action.
Before you do spiritual weapon, you hear in the back of your head, no one else hears it, this is just Mino. Just let me think of the words. For your everlasting devotion to me, I do this for you. Thank you very much, Mino.
And I grab my necklace, my holy symbol.
You never answered my question. I prefer the top one because it's an actual PNG instead of the black background. Because, don't get me wrong, the black background is cool, Fangpru, but it makes it hard to see the outlining of all the shadow beings. They kind of just look like a wall of eyes. So there's my answer. Anyway, Mino, continue.
Thank you so much. And I grab my necklace and cast spiritual weapon, 2nd level, and smack Telif.
All right, roll to hit.
18?
18. That is a miss.
Okay, then that's my turn.
So, with that being the end of your turn, Kain, it is your go. Not being blind anymore, you just seen an entire army's worth of creatures you have never seen before just vanish in a single blow.
Have fun.
Kain, I
When you
would
say
be
have fun, you
scared.
mean
I
have
would be
fun.
scared about Mino.
No. That's not even who I'm focusing on right now.
Okay.
Right now I'm gonna go to Fang and straight up grapple him with my chains.
You're gonna find Fang and grapple him with your chains?
Disadvantage.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I will use my luck. I can dash and have a action surge. I can get to you. 120 feet is no problem.
Alright, so. You were 120 feet. What's your
Also,
movement
how are you
speed?
causing disadvantage, may I ask? 40. I will use a dash action as well.
Okay. So 40,
Also,
use a
Mino, how are
dash,
you
which means you
causing
move 80 feet.
disadvantage? Yes.
60.
So pretty hard.
That means you're 40 feet away from Fang.
All right, since I'm unmuted. Hit him with a longbow. How about I use my action surge too?
Oh, by the
So-
way, that ooze from earlier
Yeah.
would have had disadvantage on the save.
Shoosh.
It's just kind of funny. That's
So
all.
you're gonna use action surge.
Yeah.
I haven't played fighter, so can someone please explain to me what action surge does?
You take an additional action on your turn.
Oh, okay, so you can move
Once-
again.
Well, not move again. It's a whole ass action. I can use it to attack.
Oh, okay. You're still 40 feet away from Fang.
Yeah, I'm using a longbow to attack.
Oh, okay. Roll to hit.
Actually, let me check on one of my maneuvers.
I love how just massive army came to attack Molton, and you guys are fighting amongst each other.
Oh well, I'm sorry. It wasn't my bad that somebody threw me 120 feet into the middle of an army, and we were saved by someone's god, who, if rolled differently, wouldn't have even showed up. I think I'm quite. And I would also like to use a maneuver. It's just when it hits with a weapon attack, I can expend one superiority die and disarm someone. They have to do a strength saving throw with a DC of 21. My attack.
That is a 25 to hit, and I'm pretty sure Fang Pru's armor class is 19.
I mean, you're, yeah, you know, I'm going to attack. It's quite visible. I'm not mad.
Fang Pru is planning on doing a thing, and I'm curious. Wait, Mino told you that you had disadvantage on the attack.
That was for the
Yeah.
grapple.
Oh.
Yeah.
Prepare
it's for the
Hellish
grapple.
Rebuke.
Not
Okay,
the-
you're preparing Hellish Rebuke, but you're still going to take damage because you still get hit. So you take
Also,
13.
roll me a strength saving throw for not being disarmed of your weapons.
So you
DC
take
is 21.
13 piercing damage as Kain just grabs a bow, shoots, and it just pierces straight into your arm, kind of being seen coming out the other side. It went straight through.
Yes, I put disadvantage on attack roll. So if it's attack roll, it has disadvantage.
Uh, what feature would this be? Since you said that would have disadvantage on a grab check.
Warding Flame. Use your reaction to impose disadvantage on an attack roll, causing light to flare before the attacker.
Okay.
So roll again.
That second. Yeah.
Eh.
Okay, so I wouldn't have had disadvantage on the
12.
right. I will use a luck point to reroll that attack.
Okay. Reroll attack.
Yeah, I still miss. Dang it.
That is a miss. So Fang Pru, you do
Alright.
not take damage.
Luckily for me, I have several other attacks I can do.
Will that be the end of your move, Kain?
Disadvantage. It's the end of my move, but I still have a whole action.
Oh, okay.
I have 3 attacks total, so I still have 2 more.
Is Warding Flame only on one attack, or?
Not sure actually.
No,
Is it?
that is a miss.
Warding Flame is a reaction.
One attack.
That is a miss. And with that being the end of that, will be the
Was
end of
it?
Kane's move.
That's,
Oh, DM,
was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
he rolled with disadvantage. The reaction was already spent, so
Yeah. That's the question.
believe that-
That's what I asked. Is it?
I believe
is it
that
all?
this is a
it like
28.
yeah. Is it for all attacks or just like a singular attack?
I'm pretty sure it's for one attack, unless it specifically
Yeah.
says. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. There you go. That is a 30 actually. The longbow.
So it's a
The
30.
third attack. Yeah. Yeah. The third attack is a 30.
If it's a 30, then yes, it does hit Fang Pru.
And it's 7 damage.
7 damage. So Fang Pru takes 7 damage.
Alright, with that, I will slam my bow on the ground and just like, what the fuck is your problem?
So
I didn't do a single thing to cause this reaction from you. Roll me in the middle of
uncanny
the enemy
dodge,
lines
so you
and
take
do it.
half damage, Fang Pru.
Throw me in the middle of the enemy lines and just expect it to be funny? What is this, a joke to you? I don't even know. At this point, the physical reaction is that after I shot him, I threw my bow on the ground like out of anger and rage and asked him why had he done this, because this is not a funny joke. And I don't know him, not even personally, to joke around.
Well, while Kain is talking, it is the end of his turn, and guess who's next? Fang Pru. It is Fang Pru's lovely turn, so he can take this moment to punch you in the face if he wants.
I propose we talk about this later on the ship. But if you guys want to roll it out. There are Telif and Ferlin in front of you.
So I'm back. You're not even close to me. I mean, also throw me back with. Push me down.
Oh my god. Okay. I will say, Fang Pru, yes, we can do the whole rolling thing again to try and make you throw him back. Or you can throw him onto the ship.
And how is he throwing me 120 feet?
He's not throwing you 120 feet. He's throwing you
Oh,
about.
last time he did. That's.
He's throwing you about 30 feet, considering that you guys are 30 feet away from your ship. Fine, throw him onto the ship. Okay. Kain,
You say that with
roll.
such
Kain,
confidence.
roll acrobatics. Fang Pru, roll athletics.
Pardon me. Would this be good count? Since he's technically grabbing me. Because, I would like to use my athletics instead of my acrobatics.
23. So, Kain, if you get higher than a 23 with your athletics, then it doesn't work.
Gotta go eat, guys.
Okay, go and eat. Okay.
Bye.
Fangpru, as you lift up Kain and throw him, he grabs onto your arm, kind of changing his momentum downwards, and action search.
Good try again. All right.
Oh my god. Telif and Ferlon are right in front of you guys, and yet you're having it out with each other now.
Well, I'm sorry. I felt justified with my actions. You don't throw somebody in the middle of an army and expect them to be happy.
Acrobatics him held to directly him to the ship. Okay. Let's try this again then.
Hey.
Fangpru, roll athletics. Kain, roll acrobatics.
Again, how acrobatics is it? This is a great.
Nat 20?
I would like to reroll his nat 20. My final luck point.
You're using a luck thing to stop him. Okay, Fang, you have to
Yeah,
reroll.
of course. Yeah, no. I am not going to allow him a nat 20. That is a nat 1.
And that's your nat 1.
Now he critically fails. Thank you very much.
So wait, does that mean that
this has been the night?
So with luck, it allows you to roll.
I can roll. Yeah, I can re-roll checks that I even made against me. So attacks or other checks. I can even actually let me put up the check so you can read it.
So instead of a natural 20,
Lucky.
he gets a nat 1.
He gets a natural 1. Yes, sir.
Yep, he's right.
Okay, so Kain, you still need to make a acrobatics check because if you get a natural 1, then
Most likely not, but still.
all right. So you got 20. So Fangpru, you try to redirect him towards the ship. However, Kain decides to. Fangpru says, "1 sec." I'm gonna keep on explaining it. So, Kain decides to try and spin to try and get rid of your grip, making Fangpru lose cunning action.
Just know that just before you were trying to do anything, Fangpru, I am changing your resulting roll, not your current roll. If this is something you could have used before, I am changing your final roll. So anything you used before, what was supposed to be used before the final check, I'm switching that.
I'm just gonna call this episode Petty Squabble.
What do you mean not my problem, man? If your end result is what I decide, how is that not your problem? Or what the dice decide, sorry.
So, Fangpru, what are you gonna do with your cunning action? I use command.
Can you do that as a bonus action?
I'm pretty sure you can cast a spell as a bonus action.
Cunning action. Cunning action is dash, disengage, or hide. Not attack.
Okay, then yeah,
Oh.
then Fangpru, you can't use command.
Do you
Keep
want
in
me to
mind,
bonus
Fangpru's
it?
multi-classing, so disengage. Okay, yeah, you can disengage. And with that, that'll be the end of Fangpru's turn. Holy flippin' shoot. Okay.
Oh.
I have my movements. Are you gonna run towards the ship? Is that what you're planning on doing?
You're gonna move away. Charlie, you know what Sentinel does? What Sentinel does?
No,
You're
running
running
towards
the
the
enemy?
enemy. Okay,
I think that's oh, okay.
Fangpru, what is your movement speed? 45. Okay. So you're gonna run 45 feet. So you are currently... You're currently 10 feet in... No, not 10 feet.
Oh, that reminds me. Did he ever do the strength save? Otherwise, he should have been
Yeah, he
disarmed by
did.
now. Did he?
Yep. And he
I'm looking.
has... You're 15 feet in front of the ship. You are about 120. Get rid of 45.
Okay. Do you mind?
You're 75 feet
strength
away from Telif and Ferlin. And with that, that is the end of Fangbrew's turn. Next is Charlotte. Charlotte, please do something that doesn't involve harming the team.
I didn't harm anybody. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, wait, I did. Never mind.
Oh, I was just about to obliterate you all. Well, in that case, I am 60 feet away from the original party. How far am I from Kain?
Right now, you are about somewhat the same feet as Fangpru is, so around 75 feet away from Telif and Ferlin.
Well, I don't want to fight them.
If you turned around and you start making your way towards the ship, your movement speed should be able to get you to the ship.
Fine. Can I, when I enter, can I use my action to ready action when I meet Kain to stop movements to let Kain hop on?
Okay. Kain
Okay.
is at the moment back with the rest of the party.
Ah, okay. He's there then. Okay. Yeah, in that case, bonus action, move my piano 60 feet dash towards the ship.
Alright. You are able, with your movement speed, you can get to the ship, and also you have enough movement speed to climb onto the ship.
I'm on my piano. I'm just saying that to you.
Yeah, I know. It's just that, yeah, you would have to leave your piano behind, but you can also you would still have movement speed left in order to get onto the ship.
Okay, well, I'll use the 30 feet of the piano then. But wait, the piano goes right after my turn, so technically I need to end my turn on top of my piano before it moves.
Okay, that means that you would be, that when your piano ends its turn, you'll be directly in front of the ship. You won't be on it yet.
Yep.
Alright, cool. Well, since you're in front of the ship, is there anything else your piano wants to do?
Nope.
Cool. Then that will be the end of your turn. Last, but definitely
Action
not least,
dodge.
is Digger.
Who is
Who is eating? I forgot. Okay, so we'll skip Digger for now. I'll just say that he uses his movement speed to get to the ship. Because if you guys leave, I'm not having him being left behind. So, next is Telif. Telif, witnessing...
Dungeon Master, sorry, stupid question, because Ferlin already had his turn and he didn't move, right?
Yep, he did nothing.
Because he takes damage from the wall of fire again.
Oh. Alright, that's probably my bad. Natural 20.
I have... Okay, he takes half of 27.
Alright.
So it's 13 points of damage.
Okay. Alright. So, now it being Telif's turn, he kind of looks around, dumbfounded by the fact that literal godly power just obliterated his whole entire army. Ferlin, next to him, goes, "What happened? Where's our army?" Telif goes, "I'm gonna have to make a few plays of my own." Grabbing Ferlin's armor near his neck, he says, "If you want your army for this quest to take over Algerath, you're gonna have to do something for my Patreon. Ferlin kind of shoving Telif off of him and says, "And what would that be?" Telif says, "Offer your soul towards my Patreon, for if you were to fail him, you will lose your soul." Fair enough deal. Ferlin kind of looks back at him, then looks towards you guys, looks down at the ground, and then says, "You have a deal," and shakes Ferlin's hand. Upon that, Ferlin raises his staff, stabs it into the ground, and for a moment nothing happens. Until all of a sudden, the ground begins to shake. For now, that will be the end of Telif's move. Ferlin is going to use his movement to stand in front of Telif and use an action to use Ready. Then he's going to end his move. Mino, it's your turn.
Ferlin is preparing ready.
No. Yes, Ferlin is preparing Ready.
I cast command on Ferlin.
Alright. What's the save?
He needs a wisdom save.
Damn it, it's happening again. Natural 20.
Oh no. Good.
I'm gonna change my dice.
Spiritual weapon against Ferlin.
Alright, roll with disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Because of Ready.
12 and a 2. Okay, no, that's a 12. Nope. I take my move. Bye. Goodbye.
Will that be the end of your turn?
I use my action, my bonus action, my move, and yes.
Alright, cool. Next on the initiative is... Oh no. Alright, Kain.
Oh, no.
Let's begin your turn, buddy. What do you do? Kain?
Oh, my turn? Oh,
Yes.
shit, really?
So far, Kain, around you,
Putting...
Telif is preparing something, and you can tell that's something big because the earth is shaking. And Ferlin seems to be protecting Telif.
Seems like something that cannot be prevented.
At this
Very
moment,
dangerous.
I should say to everybody that the citizens have finished making their way onto the ship now. There's the only person who is missing is the king.
And the king is trying to fight, right? Where's the king?
I don't know.
Oh, he's not around? Oh, okay. I thought we had a visual. Okay. Alright. Oh. I'm going to give the party a shout out. This is something out of our control. The city is already under threat. The longer we remain, the faster they can catch us. And Kain is going to make his way to the ship. How far is the ship?
So are you going to start moving towards the ship?
Yeah, how far is the ship?
Okay. The ship is about 30 feet away from you.
30? Okay.
What's your movement speed? 45?
It's 14 movement speed.
Okay. With 10 movement speed, yeah, I would say you'd be able to get onto the ship.
Alright, since who's the cannon? Oh wow, that's actually
Wow. Okay.
like
So
generous.
here's the thing.
Yeah, I know, right?
So here's the thing.
Quite generous.
Fang Pru is the captain of the ship, meaning if you decide to fire the cannon, you get it, and because he told you to fire the cannon, if you do fire the cannon, you get advantage on hitting a target.
Oh, very, very nice. Could I give a hand to Charlotte because attempted to help
All right.
the other ship?
I will say that with 40 movement speed, you would only be able to get onto the ship. You wouldn't have enough movement speed to get to the other side of the ship and help Charlotte up, because Charlotte's on the other side of the ship.
Oh, she's wait,
what?
Oh,
Charlotte,
I thought I was on the same side.
Charlotte,
yeah, but
you went running towards the goo and ended up on the right side of the ship. Kain is climbing up on the left side of the ship because he's with the group.
Okay. I think that's okay. My description was off. No problem.
I think that's where you got lost. You thought I was on the side of the queue. All right.
Yep.
All right. Cool. All right.
I'm the dungeon
will
master.
hold off
I'm the
on-
one who has to take care of this stuff.
All right. As
So you
beating
don't
her
have
on
enough
the other
movement
side.
speed to get to the other side of the ship.
All right. All right.
I mean, you can use a bonus
It's the
action. You
cannon.
can use your bonus action to dash.
My bonus action.
Yeah, because if you use your 40 movement speed to get onto the ship, you can use a bonus action to dash to the other side of the ship, and you would probably be able to do that.
I'm actually gonna hold off on this until it's fully required. And
Okay.
no disrespect to Charlotte. Yeah. I will shoot the cannon actually.
All right. For you to shoot the cannon at Telif, you'll have to be on the other side of the ship.
On the other side of the ship.
Yep, the ship where Charlotte is.
Okay.
Because Charlotte is...
Okay. I thought the cannon was on the same side as I was. All right, never mind. Yeah, I will use my bonus action to make the rest of the way there, and I will shoot the cannon.
Okay. Roll to hit Ferlon and Telif.
What would I roll? I don't know if the cannon has its own stats. Do I use my dex, my strength, you know?
You are a fighter,
I have a-
correct?
Yes.
Okay, just roll a d20. You do not get any proficiency bonuses for firing a cannon.
Yeah, no, that's...
But you do get advantage.
All right. Does the advantage cancel out since, they are ready?
I mean, you can try to hit both, not just Ferlin.
Okay. Quick question. Since my fighter thing that I have, that I can make 3 attacks in a single action, does this mean I can also make 3 attacks?
Fudge, I didn't think about this.
Yeah.
Damn it, the one part of the ship rules that I didn't come up with. I didn't think about action surge.
No, this is not action surge actually. Fighter, by default,
Extra
on
attack.
higher levels, can attack extra times with weapons.
I'll say yes.
Yeah,
I'll
so
say
you-
yes.
Okay.
You can do it. You can attack again with advantage.
I'm not even sure if these are hitting actually. So if I use a whole action, it'll be a total of 3 attacks.
Let's see.
If you roll another number and 1 again, then I'm going to laugh.
Okay, so
Nah,
It's a
I'd rather
2.
lower this time.
n-
Yeah.
you fire
It's
you
not
fire
really
the
used.
cannon, and so far none of them have hit.
Okay.
One goes
Yeah, first time I
flying.
hit actually using.
2 go flying towards Ferlin's left and right, and 1 just overshots over their head. Is that the end of your turn?
That would be the end of my turn.
Awesome.
I only have,
next,
I've only had one.
Next is Fang. Fang, it's your move. While Fang is making his move to move the game along, Charlotte, you can also have your move. Just know that everything that Fang
Okay.
does, it happens before you.
Okay, I'm going to stomp on my piano to springboard me up.
All right.
Basically, just climbing on top of the ship with extra reflavoring. So with a loud ding, I fall on board.
Nice.
I believe that's everything I can do for the moment.
Command, 2nd level. Okay. What's the spell save for command?
Command is wisdom.
Okay. Let's see. Who are you using command on, Fang?
When you cast this spell using a spell slot of second level or higher, you can affect an
Telif
additional
and
creature
Ferlon.
for each slot level above 1.
Yep.
Telif got a
He
natural
can
20.
do.
Ferlon got a
love it.
18. And yes, that is my third natural 20 now.
In a
We
row.
need counters.
With my other dice, mind you. I'm guessing that they both succeed, considering that one was 18 and one was a natural 20. So, Shala, is that all you wanted to do? Just get onto the ship?
For now, yes. I don't believe there's anything else that I could do.
Alright, cool. Fang, was all you wanted to do was cast? So I'm going to go to the ship. Okay, what's your movement speed, Fang? 45. Are you going to use dash? Yes. So if you use dash, that makes your movement speed... I'm pretty sure your movement speed would be 90, meaning you are able to... I would say you're able to not only get onto the ship, but be able to get to the wheel and the other side of the ship if you wanted to. Basically, the whole ship is to your disposal. You can basically move around the entire ship. So just tell me where you want to be on the ship, and that's basically where you'll be. Everyone use a cannon. Okay, so the captain has ordered a command for everyone to use the cannon. So anybody who uses a cannon will get advantage when hitting something.
In that
Frank is
case,
right
I'm
now at the
using
ship.
my. In that case, I'm using my action to fire a cannon.
Okay, that's fair enough because first Fang Pru did his thing.
Yeah.
Fang Pru, is that going to be the end of your turn? Charlotte, you can roll to hit.
Advantage.
Yep, with advantage. I'm going to prepare for us to lift once
That's a miss.
is on the ship. Okay, so you're getting ready to take off. That's a 3, so that's a miss.
Yeah. Never seen a cannon in my life. Maybe as a medieval prop, but not a live one.
The thing is, with the ship upgrades that happened earlier in the campaign, if these guys actually bothered to put some money into the ship's cannons upgrades, then they would get pluses to their ship's cannons to hit. So if they paid, I think it was 20 silver, it would get a +1 to hit, another 20 silver, a +2 to hit, another 20 silver, a +3 to hit. But instead, they just blew all their money in armor class, so now it has an armor class of 20.
That's not that much for a +3. Wow.
Unbelievable. Very cheap.
I did put 1 level in cannon. No, cannons start out at level 1. With that being the end of Charlotte's turn, it's Digger's turn, which he's still eating. So now, I'll let Fang Pru do his thing, and then it will be Telif's turn.
Same point again, but with Ferlon. Ferlon ended his
America.
Digger. Hi.
Digger, you're back. It's your turn.
Ferlon ended his turn in near my wall of fire.
Telif
But he's
does not
immune
take
to fire.
Telif does not take
Oh,
any
I-
damage from the wall of fire. However, Ferlin will. That's a 13. No, 13 plus 4. That's a 17.
Nope. He takes.
Wait, and also wait. He's also using ready, so that's an advantage. That is 18.
Yeah, it just made it. 13 points of damage.
Wait, we have +5 for cannon and 20 AC. Wait, just let me see. I'm gonna check the stats for the HMS point, which is your ship. Let's see. Vehicle rules, HMS point. Let's see. Oh, nope, you're right. No, you're not. You're actually not right, but you put, you spent 20 silver on cannons and got +1 to hit.
Change of mind.
If you want,
I'm-
these are the stats for your ship, so this will explain a lot. The one that says gold next to it is what you have to buy in order to get those upgrades for the ship.
I'm gonna read this.
Digger, it is your turn. You're just taking it before Fang. So whatever Fang does, that comes first. Then there's you. Fang? I mean, not Fang. Digger? Digger, are you dead?
No, I'm
Ooh.
thinking.
Okay.
Ooh, we can add a +4 to any roll involving that command and gain advantage.
I would like to know how many shadows I can fit within a 60-foot line.
The shadows are all dead.
Can I get those two into the line then?
They are already in the line.
I meant like in a 5-foot wide,
what's your movement
60-foot
speed?
line. 30 feet.
30 feet, so even if you dashed, they would still be... so that's...
It's 5 foot wide, 60
They would be
feet
40
long.
feet. They would be 40 feet away from you.
Yeah, okay. That's within the line. Is that with a dash action?
That's with the dash action.
Let's see here. I know I have something.
Oh, +4 and advantage if the
Oh.
captain commands it. Fudge! No! Why am I so dumb?
It's a +4, but does that mean my cannon attacks would have had a +4?
Yep,
Otherwise,
which
that turned
means you did hit
16
them.
into a 20, into 15 into a 19.
Yep, you did hit them.
I can hit them.
So I'll move 30 feet.
Okay? You are right now directly in front of the ship.
I meant like
All the
to get them
damages for
into
those two
position.
attacks?
Yeah. Yeah, I know that. I'm just saying that you're in front of the ship.
Now, I believe you are familiar with this spell. Just let me double check something. I'm checking spelling because, yeah. I'm gonna use my action to cast Guiding Bolt
Okay. So roll to hit.
on Telif. 19.
19. Okay. You cast Guiding Bolt, but because Ferlin is directly in front of Telif, it goes to him instead. Ready is not
That's
fully...
not how that works.
You can't... Okay, well, how does this work? Do you just like shoot up in the sky and it falls down onto Telif? Ferlon is directly in
No,
front of him with a shield.
You don't understand how a bolt from above comes into play.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, it does hit Telif. It does hit Telif, and because it's not, and because Ferlon's ready isn't fully ready yet, he can't do his thing. Yeah.
Add a creature of your choice within range.
All right. So.
He is now glittering,
Okay.
and attacks against him have advantage.
All right. Cool. Will that be the end of your turn?
Yeah, because I want to get into position to blast him with my big ol' ray soon.
Everyone's racing to the ship, getting ready to escape, and Digger's just there. I'm gonna take them all on.
Because that's just how I am.
All right. So with that being the end of Digger's turn, it is now Telif's turn. The shaking of the
Good
mountain.
question.
The shaking of the mountain
I-
hasn't stopped. And at this moment, Mino, Fangpru, if Leroy was here, it would be him as well. And I'll say Digger, you begin to feel something that you felt before. Why am I waiting?
The
Damage
two
has
attack
been-
rolls that hit. Yeah, the two attack rolls that are supposed to hit. Want me to
Yeah,
roll
you need
damage
to roll.
rolls for those?
You need to roll. You need to roll damage. You need to roll damage,
12
my guy.
D10.
Yeah, I've been trying to ask.
So it's 6
Yes.
d10 bludgeoning. You hit 2, so it's 12 d10 bludgeoning damage to the enemy. You need to do that. Do
All
it.
right. Now the question is, can I do it on a single target?
Mm-hmm.
I would like to do it on the one that is casting the spell, or
Okay.
the one that was focusing on the ritual.
So 67 as a cannon goes flying because of ready. All right. Cannon just immediately comes straight at Telif. Ferlon kind of blocking the damage a little bit, still hurting them both, but not life-threatening. Now with that damage out of the way, now I'm going to continue with Telif's turn. So, the ground begins to stop rumbling for a couple of, for now. And you guys begin to feel something coming out of the ground. Mino, Fangpru, Digger, flashing back to when Dave showed you what the future would be like if you fail your mission. You begin to get the same feeling that you felt from whatever being was in control of that land at that time. You know for a fact that what's coming out of the ground is none other than Telif's Patreon. You begin to hear a loud roar as the black goo from before seems to just be culminating out of the ground, raising as it begins to form arms that twitch as if they were broken and just freaking out all around. The goo then begins to form a body, then and then legs. As it continues to raise into the sky, this thing is bigger than the cursed ones that you faced in the Kingdom of the Sky.
Oh no!
And you hear, "Finally free at last. These thorns in my side shall no longer be of any existence in this world or the next, for now you face Atlas of the Underworld." His voice booming around the entire kingdom. Charlotte, Fang, Kain, With you guys on the ship, you're able to see that all of the citizens are shaking in fear. They are genuinely terrified to the point of peeing their pants. This thing, they can't handle it.
Will be too.
And with that, Telif falls unconscious. Next is Ferlin's turn. Ferlin is going to look up at the big guy in the sky, and then down at Telif. He's going to lift up Telif and begin to make his way out of Molton. With that, Telif is out of the initiative, and Atlas has joined the initiative.
No, Mino, like.
Oh no.
Ferlin will end his turn, and now it is Atlas's turn. Atlas is going to put both hands on the ground and say, "Come to me, servants of the underworld!" And out from the ground comes more goo that seems to be seeping all over the kingdom of Molton. And I start to lift the ship a little. I swear the ship so we can scoop Mino and Digger, then go. Alice can't take a turn. Dungeon Master. Okay, time for me to explain. Fang Pruitt is not your turn, so you can do none of those things. And also, Alice joined the the initiative after Telif summoned him. Meaning, as Atlas is now a thing, he comes at the bottom of the initiative after Ferlin. So that's why it's Atlas's turn. Needs to roll initiative and wait till the last. No, anybody who joins a fight in the middle of initiative, I put them at the bottom of the initiative. And actually, I didn't know. I just kind of assumed that it would just continue after the initiative. I've always assumed that if somebody joins, it just continues the initiative anyway. Does he have to wait? Okay, I'll let Atlas wait just for the sake of it, but I need to look this up. Either way, so now it is Mino's turn.
How far away am I from the ship?
You are 30 feet away from the ship.
Okay, perfect.
I'm
use
gonna
my
roll
full
initiative for
speed.
Atlas. Okay.
I use my movement to get to the ship. Is climbing onto the ship an action, or is this with movement, or?
It counts as your movement. You need, basically, there's, how do I explain this? There's 2 5-foot squares to get onto the ship. However, they count as 10-foot squares for climbing, so.
Okay, so I'm currently now next to the ship. I use my action to climb on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
What can I use? I still have my spiritual weapon up. I try to smack the big scary dude.
Alright. Roll to hit.
22?
22. That.
Yeah.
Just wait, I need to see if that hits. That does hit.
1d8 plus 5.
Roll
Give me a
damage.
second. I need to get out my d8. 12.
Okay.
I poke him.
You slash into Atlas, however, as if a fly flicking someone on a wrist. It's as it just bounces off of him, barely doing any damage, not even scratching the surface. Just give me a second. There we go. So yeah, basically, flick on the wrist damage, barely did anything. Tell me when it's my turn. Yep, next, is that going to be the end of your turn, Mino?
Yes.
Alright. Kain, it is your move. You just see this,
Alrighty then.
you basically just see this massive, hulking creature. 3 heads, not 3 heads, 4 heads, sorry. 2 arms, and basically massive shadow being that just you can feel the emanating aura radiating off of this guy. This guy is the definition of power.
Yeah, not something I can take care of. Is there anybody left outside the ship?
Basically, the only person who is not on the ship is Digger and the King of Molton.
Alright, we don't know where the King of Molten is. How far is Digger from the ship?
Digger is he's like 5 feet away from the ship. He could literally start climbing if he didn't want to try and attack Ferlon and Telif.
I have a quick thing to state. I don't need to climb. Misty Step.
Right, Misty Step.
Is it?
Bam. And then I can just laser them.
So yeah, Kain, what you want to do?
Alright, seeing as it's not his turn, I could really save him the future. Could I pull him in onto the ship?
Hmm.
You know, like
I would say you are able to pull him onto the ship.
Okay. That's fine with me.
Okay. Digger, are you okay with him pulling you onto the ship?
I was just gonna poof so I can laser them to death, but sure.
Okay.
There you go.
So, Kain, kind of using your chains to hold onto the ship, as you let down your hand to grab Digger, you throw him over your shoulder onto the ship, Digger kind of landing on his feet. You climb back onto the ship, and with that, everyone is on the ship. Kain, is that going to be the end of your turn?
That's gonna be the end of my turn. I don't think I can fight that thing.
Then, Fang Brute, it's your move, my buddy. And I already know what he's going to do.
It's skedaddle. I'm fighting.
So far, the only person who's not on the ship is the king, which no one knows where he's at. I
He's
used
somewhere,
pass without
that's all
trace
right.
and fed us out.
Believe it, get us out.
Okay. Pulling the lever, I'm describing this because Kain and Charlotte haven't experienced your ship yet. Pulling a lever, the sail automatically turns upwards with wind blowing up through the center. The ship then begins to start making its way upwards, slowly taking its way off the ground as you go higher and higher into the air. Eventually, after getting as high as you can, you are looking at a bird's eye view of Atlas terrorizing Molton. At this moment, because you guys are making your escape, I will say that the initiative is now off the table.
Cool.
So now we're not
Okay.
operating by the initiative anymore. from your bird's eye view, a veil of shadow silence rapidly from you, masking you and your companions from detection for a duration. Each creature you choose within 30 feet of you, including you, has a +10 to dexterity, stealth checks, and can't be tracked except by magical means. A creature that receives this bonus leaves behind no trace, tracks, or other trace of its passage. I choose the ship. The ship does count as a companion, so yeah. The ship counts as its own separate player, so whatever. Looking at the bird's eye view of the Kingdom of Molton, you see Atlas creating goo from his hands onto the ground. Shadow beings raising from the goo, and it's spreading all over the Kingdom of Molton. Buildings begin to get enveloped by this goo and just turn into black huts as the goo continues to trail its way into Molten. From this bird's eye view, you are able to see not just Atlas and all of the you're not just able to see Atlas and the shadow beings, but one other person. The king, standing on top of the castle, with a battle axe he wasn't carrying before. Looking up at the sky, even though unable to tell that your ship is up there, he knows that you guys have made it out of the kingdom.
Shall we try to scoop him up?
I
He looks, you guys watch as he looks towards Atlas, and you guys are able to tell he is smiling.
The fool is ready to die. What? Not sure if
He-
this world is ready.
You guys watch
Well,
him
what's the
ready
difference
himself.
between a fool and a prophet?
You guys watch
Other
him
than
ready
one's
himself,
lost cause.
and as he jumps off of the castle, like a speeding rocket, he flies towards Atlas, axe in hand, and goes, "For Molten and its people!" As he just goes flying towards Atlas. 5 feet away from Atlas, he stabs Atlas in the chest with his axe. And not that far away from the ship, you guys see this massive beam of straight fiery light comes slashing down, enveloping Atlas and the king, Krasthun. After that, the only one that you see is Atlas, still standing, yet supremely damaged. Even from where you guys are, you're able to hear him say, "I cannot hold this form for much longer. Damn it!" And you just see as his body begins to melt and disform away. He then says, "Eventually I'll become incorporeal, and then this land will be mine!" As his body just fades away back into goo, and the shadow beings continue to envelop Molten. The people on the ship, they are currently shaking. They look like they have been traumatized beyond belief. The children still trying to understand what's happening, with the adults fearing the fact that they don't know what is happening. Scared of where they might go next and where they will be living. As you guys fly away, your ship kind of leaving behind smoke trails as it kind of struts in the other direction. You all, burned into your mind, you can still remember and feel the raw energy and power radiating from Atlas. you've all just gotten a taste of what the ruler of the underworld can do. And if that's how he is at his weakest, you're terrified at what he can do at his strongest. And with that, that is where the session will end for today. Yay! I finally destroyed Molton! I'm just gonna quickly clear up everything. So,
No.
I asked my patron, who is that? I do not have the time for Fangpru to ask his patron who the hell that is. So, we'll do that next. I'll explain next session. We'll do that
In the
session.
next video.
Yes,
Thanks for watching.
essentially. So, tell me, everybody, how did you enjoy this session?
Divine intervention.
Divine intervention! I was not expecting that to work very well, but then again, I
Me
had
neither.
to read an entire thing.
Later.
Worked out like a charm.
I love how it was just divine intervention. The whole army is gone. Then again, it did absolutely nothing.
Yeah, was hoping it would throw Ferlon and Telif away as well, or at least cast them out.
Not gonna lie, that divine integration. But no, I really was considering just walking to you. Like, hey, you looking to recruit somebody?
So, I already know what Mino's favorite part of the session was. What was everybody else's favorite part of the session? What was your favorite moment where you shun?
I didn't really do
Laser.
much this.
Never really shunned, really.
I didn't really do much, so I didn't have a moment this time, which is okay.
That still doesn't that still doesn't make it not reasonable that you probably do have a favorite moment in this session, a moment that you enjoyed listening at least. So what was your favorite? Like, what do you think I did well?
All right. The moment I enjoyed the most, Bandit, Narrow. Oh, sorry, Bangford. I said his name backwards. It's funny. That's gonna be a thing. I'm gonna do that. It's like in character, I'm gonna call him Bang Through. Oh, that just found my thing. Yeah. Oh, also.
Well, since we're
no,
done
actually, there is
here,
another-
I'm gonna take my leave.
Okay, thank you for joining us, Digger.
No problem.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye, this man.
And now it's time for the question that everybody has to answer because I know I did something wrong. What do you think I could have done better?
I'm gonna let people go before me.
I know what you're going to say, and I'm going to agree with you already.
All right.
Yep. The 120 feet throw. Some were, I mean, for some it was fun. For others it wasn't. And I just wanted to know how
I'm
it
sorry.
was actually. It was-
Until you guys have joined, I've kind of been just operating under the assumption that Fang Pru is literally the Hulk, because
Okay.
his flippin' strength and dexterity and all that, he gets unbelievable rolls that end up in the 30s. So I've just been operating under the fact of Fang Pru is able to pick up an entire bust and throw it 100 yards away. That is canon. So
Yeah, that's
you guys
not,
haven't.
calculating your strength points.
If you
Actually,
guys
what
want,
wanna
if
do
you guys want, I can start making Fang Pru a little bit more reasonable. I've just been kind of operating the assumption that he's just incredibly, invincibly strong.
That's the thing, though. When we talked about this, he mentioned that his score was not as high as mine. So if he can lift the whole bus and throw it, that means I can lift the whole ship and throw it.
Yeah. I think I should probably start
That-
making things a little bit more reasonable.
That's the thing. I thought already. Like when I heard you say it, I was like, is he using narrative construct or something like that?
So yeah,
I keep asking his strength score, but he won't tell me.
I can bench
His
press
strength
Mino
score
at
is
this
not.
point.
If his strength score is not, it's 20. My score is 26. That's what I'm saying. If he can lift a bus, I can lift the ship. Yeah, a 20 is a +5 of strength. I have a +8.
So, getting rid of the whole Fangpru able to throw Kain 120 meters, 120 feet. What else
Yeah,
did I
that's-
do wrong this section?
Roll
Like,
up.
what should I've done better? Because so far, yeah.
The thing with the cannons was a bit confusing.
Yeah, it was,
Mhm.
because from my memory, you all spent... You didn't pay any money for the cannon upgrades. All you did was buy for armor upgrades. So now your ship has an armor class of 20.
I think we put most of it in defense, but a bit in cannons.
And now, for some weird reason, you guys have a +1 in your cannons. Wait, you also have a +1 in swivel guns? Why do you have a... Why? You didn't put any upgrades in them. This is weird. Something's happening here. You guys didn't spend any money on the swivel guns. I remember that.
And Nimble put a lot of money in one department.
On defense.
Alright, I'll deal with this in my own time, and at some point you guys are going to be able to upgrade your ship again. Nimble just comes
there
out of
you go.
nowhere.
Nimble as just pops out of nowhere. Yup.
Leroy and I spent it on different stuff. So yeah, I hope that you guys did enjoy this session. Like, this... I should probably clarify that Molton getting destroyed wasn't meant to happen yet. Or at least, you were meant to have a chance at saving Molton later on in the session. Molton wasn't meant to fall now. However, with the new adventurers coming in, I felt as though I needed to put something in here, because Kain, your birth home is Molton, so I needed to make something happen.
It's destroyed.
So I was like, yeah, you know what? Why not? Let's put in Molton getting destroyed now. So I hope I didn't do anything bad.
Nah, not really. It's, again, there's not a lot of actually gain to really tie him to a city. Yeah, that's where he was doing stuff, but after his brother being, killed, say, the minotaurs, his brother was the last thing he had.
So I should also tell you all that at this moment in time, everyone gets to level up. You're all level 15.
Ooh, nice.
After the events of Molten, everybody's level 15. I should probably let just wait. Everyone. Yeah, Mino beat me to it. So yeah, you're all level 15.
Yippee-ki-yay.
Alright.
I'm sorry for not being more enthusiastic, but
It's fine. A lot has happened. And now, the new players have gotten a taste of Ferlon and Telif. Shala is supposed to
I'll
already know
execute him.
Ferlon a little bit.
I'll execute him next time.
what? I heard my name, but I couldn't
Charlotte's
understand
meant to
you.
already know Ferlon a little bit.
I am?
Yeah, you have the sigil thing for the Kingdom of Justice, remember?
Oh, that thing. Yeah. I mean, yeah,
Oh, that
but
thing.
I did. No, I thought you meant like personally know
No,
him.
not personally. Not personally. You just know
Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I know him, so
Mino and Charlotte go
yeah.
to sleep.
Yeah, we would like to.
Well, I am now going to end the video, so thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you all did enjoy it. Our adventurers have just watched the traumatic experience that has happened all over again. The Kingdom of the Sky got destroyed, and now Molton. Who is next on Ferlon and Telif's Carnage adventure? And where will our adventurers go in order to save the land of Algerath? Who flippin' knows, but I'm really excited to see what happens next, because I got a bunch of stories that I want to tell, and not enough time to tell them. So, thanks again for watching. I hope you all did enjoy. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Say bye-bye, great adventurers.
Bye.
Bye.
And with that, this game is over.